What up, Goblin?
What up, travel bug?
That's me. I'm still exhausted.
Still look like a bug.
Oh no. I wish I looked like a bug. I look like a roadkill. Yeah, like yesterday I fucking cried all day. I have been just since being passed, I've been doing like 1,000 miles an hour, and then when I hit zero, my whole brain explodes out of my eyeballs. So yesterday was really bad. The thing that set me off was it was raining all day. I had already mini cried like a few times during the day. And then at night, it always gets worse at night. So then I got in bed and it had been raining all day, and I grabbed the little stuffed animal I have of him, and I hugged it. And for some odd reason, right in that moment, my brain fired the smell of how he used to smell when he came in wet from outside. And I just fucking lost my entire shit, hard sobbed for an hour, bad. Because I didn't cry on my whole trip, and then I fucking lost it yesterday. And then
If only when you were in a bad situation like that, you would have a random friend.
You knew about it?
You would have a random friend show up on your front porch and give you a hug.
I know. I had just literally pulled myself together, and I'd been laying there for 5 minutes. Because a work message popped up, and I'm like, let me fucking answer this. And I was got my shit together. And then you fucking call me, and I still had you just got done crying. It's I can't talk right now. I'm like, ugh. And then, did you knock on my door?
No.
Oh, it was 3 a.m, and I'm I opened my security camera on my fucking porch, and you're literally sitting on my porch. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? So I opened my door, and you were walking home from the bar, and I talked, I think I got out 5 sentences, and then I started crying again. And then I just stood there and ugly cried in front of you for a half hour.
Yeah.
Yesterday was not good. It's a bad day. I don't know what's going on planetarily, but everybody I talked to is miserable yesterday and today. Very emotional.
Just the process of all of us processing everything.
I know. It was just, yeah. I have to stay busy.
Years and years ago, one of my friends, older friends, one of my mom's friends actually told me this. Maxine, I don't even know. I mean, I must have been this. I'm going back 30 years on this. But Maxine was the first person that ever told me, whenever anything, if you have a relationship that lasts 6 months, it takes you 3 months to get over it.
Yeah.
So it's half of whatever the relationship is how long it takes for you to get over that relationship.
Yeah, I've always heard that too.
Yeah.
Half the time.
So then I think about with my mom passing, right? Mm. So I effectively knew my mother for 50 years. So
yeah, you're fucked.
25 years. I'll get over it when I'm 75 years old.
That's fine. Sounds good. No, I only have 7 years left, I guess, then to be fucking miserable and cry myself to sleep every night. Oh, that sounds good.
There you go. It's only 7 years.
I know this is crazy, but I'm just going to fucking keep talking about it. But last night I realized, okay, I don't even want to talk about it. Never mind. I just don't want to talk about it.
What?
I feel like I sound like a crazy person because I loved my dog so much, but I realized that okay, let's say you're in a long relationship and you get in a car accident and your fucking person dies, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife. That's somebody you loved as one thing. And then let's say a parent loses a kid. It's you lost your fucking kid. I feel like I lost my best friend, the love of my life, and my child all at once. I have all of these holes in my heart and all of these roles that we were to each other. And I'm just a fucking mess. I'm a mess.
So I really do feel so what I was just talking about, right? This year is the first year that I took off my necklace that has Charlie's claws in it. I don't wear it every single day now. I still wear it. I wore it on our trip to Wisconsin. But I came home and took it off and put it with the rest of my stuff. And I realized Charlie passed away 6.5 years ago. And it's half the amount of time, and I'm starting to feel a little bit over it, Yeah. But it's with animals. The thing is the reason they impact us so hard is because all they are is the good shit in a relationship. They don't have any of the terrible baggage that comes with being a human being. They don't ever lie to you. They don't ever steal your shit. Like, like they're only the fucking good stuff.
I know. Totally. I don't know. I was doing good, but I just, the last couple of days, I'm so sad that it like physically hurts. Like I was getting off the couch today and I'm like, my whole body hurts from sadness. It's not good.
It's because you went from 1,000 to 0. You've been like between Toledo, Las Vegas, Wisconsin, you and I are now at like 0.
I know.
Everything we have to give is like gone and we have to like just deal with ourselves now. How terrible is that?
I know I'm depleted. My brain is depleted. It is serotonin boost.
I haven't been taking my vitamins.
I know I didn't take mine very good on my trip either.
I gotta get back on my vitamin routine. I had a bellyache today. That was no good.
We're a mess.
I'm a mess.
I'm gonna segue because I don't want to talk about sad shit anymore. I finished Midnight Mass today, and it was fine. I don't know why everybody's losing their shit. It was like fine. It was fine. I feel like it was like if True Blood and Wicker Man had a baby, which sounds kind of amazing, but
that does sound amazing, but it's not anything.
I like the premise, but it was kind of a mess. Like the execution was kind of a mess. The story had plot holes.
Right.
A bunch of the actors weren't necessarily likable. Like the only thing that was really great was the priest was amazing. And then the 6th episode was just like all out chaos. But other than that, like episodes 1 through 4, I'm like, fuck. Like I didn't want to watch it anymore. It was like a slog. And then all of a sudden like, oh, okay, 5, 6, 7 is like fine. But I don't know. I could have just as easily skipped it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I said on Twitter, trigger warning, that there's dead fucking cats and dogs in the freaking movie. And the cats are pretty unrealistic, but there's a nasty dog death. So if you've went through any shit like me any time recently in the last few years, it's not good. It's like long and it's not good. So that's
how is that not trigger warning on everything that's trigger warning? How is animal deaths not like a thing?
It was bad. Like spoiler alert, but the dog gets poisoned. So it dies really fucking slow and horrible. And I was not ready. And then they like long shot on the dude laying over it crying for like way too long. It was nasty. So if anybody is triggered by that, don't watch episode 2 of Midnight Mass. Or just don't watch it all together and watch Brand New Cherry Flavor instead.
I'm not going to watch Midnight Mass.
No.
I'm going to continue to watch reruns of Star Trek, the original series.
Sounds about right.
And then we're going to go and see Halloween.
Yeah.
Which everybody is raving about.
I know. I want to see that, what is that? The Night House, too.
Yeah, I heard that's not so great.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got a good score on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like we're in that situation now, too, with pandemic and stuff, where we only had so much to consume during quarantine that now people are freaking out over stuff that would have just been like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget that everybody in the world watched fucking Tiger King.
I know. And Haunting of whatever the first one was.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah. Was that at the beginning of the pandy or was that before?
Yeah, no, that was like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now everybody just loses their mind at any new content because they're so starved for it.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. I don't know. I don't know. Wasn't that great? And there was a lot in it too where, okay, first of all, it was 7 episodes. It could have been like 4, or it could have been like a movie. And then there was a lot of parts where there was dialogue for like 20 minutes with no breaks. Like there was a couple of different long talks where I was like, are they fucking done talking? Like
I might like that then.
Oh.
I like talking movies.
I know, but it was like where one person's talking for like so long. It was, I don't know. And then, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to ramble on about it. People can watch it if they want. But it was just like a few different things I didn't really love about it.
Just like endlessly people talking. Just like 2 people talking for an hour. Come on.
Who would listen to that shit?
2 people just bullshitting for fucking an hour. Oh my God. Give me some content.
And this doesn't even have vampires. It kind of does.
We're kind of vampires.
I know.
I mean, I'm wandering the rainy streets at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know. Then I just look at my camera and they're on my porch like, you knew I was losing it.
I did. I knew somehow, somewhere in my brain.
I know. But anyway, so yeah, I went to Vegas. I took 4 flights in 12 days. I went 7 years without flying, and now I take 4 flights in 12 days. Who the fuck am I?
Dude, I specifically didn't talk to you about Vegas, so we can talk about it now.
I know. I didn't barely tell you anything.
I didn't ask anything. I didn't want to know anything.
I went to Vegas for the UFC fights. I stayed at New York. It was fun. I have somewhat of a fairy godmother, and she made a lot of crazy stuff happen. I got to go to Contender Series twice. I went to Valley of Fire. I went to Red Rock Canyon. I met Dana White. Dana White took me in his office and gave me a shirt and whiskey. And we got a selfie together. And what else? Oh, I saw my first quail. I like how that's like the third thing I talk about.
I don't know what that even is.
A quail, a bird.
Oh,
Quails.
a quail. A quail.
Yeah. I saw a quail.
It sounded like you said coil.
Quail. I saw lots of quails and hummingbirds. And
I like that you go to UFC. I like that you go to UFC and you see people punch each other in the face and you meet Dana White and you go to all this cool stuff, but you're most excited about seeing a quail for the first time.
Oh, I know. It would look like he has a little hangy ball on his head. And then, but also in the animal part, okay, Joe Benavidez, he's a UFC fighter. He just recently retired. He's cool as fuck. Okay, so his last name is Benavidez, and then he dates this lady named Megan O'Leary, who's one of the reporters for UFC. So they have a dog that they named Benny, and then they call it Benny Benavides, like both of their last names smashed together. So we're going into, where the fuck were we going? We were going into the press conference it was 2 days before the fights, which was, again, crazy. I've never been to one of those. And I'm like walking through the parking garage and I'm almost to the door. And I look, of course, like me and you both, I look at the dog before I look at the human. And I was like, oh, buddy, doggo. And then I look up and it's Joe Benavidez. And then I look back down at the dog and I'm like, and then I look back up at him and I look at him, I go, is that Benny? And he's like, yeah. And I was, I like kneeled down and I'm like, I took a video. I'm like, Benny, you're famous. Benny, you're famous. Benny, you're famous. I was just like losing my shit over Benny. So that was a really high point for me. And then I took a picture. Oh, and then I asked Joe for a selfie, and I'm like, can you hold up Benny? A selfie. So I got a selfie with him and Benny. And then, and I rode the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. It's huge. And then,
and you didn't die.
So I rode it on, and I didn't die, but I rode it on Wednesday. 48 hours later, it got stuck and trapped 150 people in the air or some shit for hours. So I didn't break it, but
you might have.
I know. I would have died. I was drunk when I was in there. And if I was trapped at the top for hours, I would have been like, I have to pee in a bubble now. No bathroom up there. That was really fun. It cost $40 to ride the Ferris wheel, but whatever.
That's fine.
That's fine.
And now you did it, and now you've been on top of the world.
On top of the world. I know, like literally at the end of this month, they're opening a bigger one in Abu Dhabi. But at the time that I rode it, it's the biggest one in the world. So
I think it's funny when people are like, I'm on the biggest Ferris wheel in the whole world. I went on the tallest roller coaster ride in the whole world. You flew to get there, and flying in the airplane was way taller than the Ferris wheel.
Okay, but it's still, that would be different. It was like the only airplane in the world. It's not.
It's not the only carnival style thing in the world. It's much more scary to go on a ride at a carnival that's set up in a parking lot in like Warren.
With missing parts in the corner. So I went to the fights, and I went to the fights.
Wait, did you look for missing parts in the corner of the giant Ferris wheel?
No, I didn't. That's probably what happened. That's probably why it broke.
I know, you should have looked to see if I was right.
Oh, no, I skipped a part. But I got to meet my reporter friends that I know on Twitter and hang out with Jose. And I got to meet my friend Shoshana. We had fun. What else did I do? Who else did I meet? Oh, this is a good one. This guy, I won't say his name, but this guy that I'm friends with who's like a manager of a bunch of fighters. We hung out a couple of the nights. And I do this thing when I'm like drunk and somebody says a really good quote, I like fumble for my phone and write it in my iPhone notes, and then I'll find it the next day. And this is what he said to me, because he's like a normie, he's like a bro. He goes, "You look like you wouldn't date a guy who didn't have like an owl as a pet." That's like one of the best things anyone's ever said to me in my life, and really accurate. So that happened. I went to the fights. Okay, this is another funny thing that happened. Because, like, you know how and I heard you talk about this in another podcast. Wait, where did I hear about this? No, the web crawlers have talked about this before, how some of their callers say they don't have an inner dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking weird to me because I always talk to myself in my head. So listen, I'm at the fights and I'm on the floor and I'm really close. And I have never seen clothes like in Vegas ever in my life that people walk around. It's like Halloween, but like girls. I don't even know how to describe it. Right. So I'm like, there was a moment where I was sitting in my seat and there's these girls walking down the aisle and they're wearing like literally like sequins and fluorescent green and the craziest tan, the craziest hair all together. And in my head, I literally said in my head, I'm like, where do they think we are, Vegas? And then the second thought in my head was, wait, we are in Vegas. I forgot where I was. Their outfits were they look like backup dancers, but like in a parade. I don't even know how to describe the outfits, but Vegas is wild.
Is that just to get seen, just because they want to be seen, or what do you think that's from?
I don't know. Like most of them were with dudes. That was just like their girlfriend out for a night outfit. And I was like, where do you even buy that? It was like I don't even know. Like literally this one girl had on like what appeared to be a bathing suit, a sparkly embellished bathing suit with like neon green parachute pants on. Who even knew they made those anymore? and heels and like a weird color blonde hair that like matched her skin tone. Like if they drew a person waiting in line for a club in SpongeBob, it's her. That's what she looks like. Like just not even real life at all. But yeah, so I have really good seats at the fights. Me and Shoshana met Nate Diaz and we got a selfie with him. And then after the fights, we got to go in the cage, which was crazy. And we felt like the canvas and we felt the cage on the walls. Like, it's like the floor's kind of bouncy.
Did you roll around in the blood?
I didn't roll. Well, we sat down to take our pictures. I didn't like roll around in it, but there was definitely blood on the canvas for sure.
You should get out some blood so you can do some magic.
No, I should have. Creepy, not creepy. But yeah, so I ended up staying. I was supposed to go to LA, but I didn't go. I just weirdly fell in love with Vegas and stayed there. So then I was at the hotel for like the first, I don't remember, 4 or 5 days. And then I went and stayed with my fairy godmother. And then I forgot to tell you, my fairy godmother's house, we ate toast like every morning. And they were a butter and then peanut butter toast house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The only way. I was like, me and Tenny talk about this all the time. You have to put butter on before the peanut butter.
Yes.
Yes. So we did that. We had like nice little coffee. Oh, and I went to a pool and a hot tub. I was like, if Tenny could see me right now in a pool.
In a hot tub?
In a pool? I know. And there was like old ladies in the, like, her godmother lives on a nice ass. It was like a gated community with like palm trees and shit. And there was these fancy old ladies at the pool. And they're literally, it was like a movie. Like this one lady's full, like old and just like glamorous as fuck, like floating on a pool noodle. And fairy godmother asked the lady and was like, "What? How do you look so glamorous?" And the lady's like paddling and she goes, "God made me this way." And paddles away, this old lady. I was like, oh, they were so cute. Everything they said was so cute.
How do you feel like if there were like 16-year-olds in the pool and they were talking about the glamorous old ladies, they were talking about you?
No, come on, Tenny.
Just saying.
You're so mean. No, there was no young people there at all.
Trying to keep it real.
They're all old. No, never.
Then you decided to stay. So you decided to stay and then you were like, I'll just book my flight to Wisconsin and go from there. And it went smoothly and perfectly.
No, it did not. No, actually it didn't. Okay, so I was supposed to, we had an event in Wisconsin directly after. So there was like a connecting flight between Vegas and then it popped home to Detroit, which was my original flight anyway. And then it bounced to Wisconsin. So Like the whole trip, literally my whole Vegas trip went perfect. Everything, like more than perfect. Like anything I could have imagined, it went like 10 steps beyond that. So then, but also Mercury retrograde started like right when I was there. So all this stuff started fucking up. When I was trying to book my flights, it was fucked up. When I was trying to change things, it was fucked up. So then anyway, so I woke up on the morning of and I opened my email and it says, oh, your flight has been delayed like an hour, which was like the exact window that I would have had to catch the next plane. So I'm on the fucking plane and the fucking, whatever they're called, stewardess guy, he's like, we have some people on this plane with a tight connection. If you could let them out first. So everybody actually did. So we squished out of the plane. I like ran my bag. I was in Vegas for fucking 10 days. You know how much shit I packed? I don't even know how you carried my bag for part of it. You know how heavy it was. It weighed like easily 60 pounds. So I sprinted through the airport. It wasn't even, I don't even know why I bothered. There was no way I would have caught the fucking plane, but I ran. I almost died. And then I got to the gate and watched your little plane fly away, watched your little thing pull away from the fucking tube.
And I was sitting in the plane and I was like, okay, let's see if she makes it. And then more people come in and I'm like, let's see if she makes it. And then all the people are in and I'm like, let's see if she makes it. And then they close the door and I'm like, she didn't make it. And the guy sitting next to me goes, I got a whole bunch of leg room because someone didn't show up. And I went, yeah, that was the person I'm flying with that person. And he was like, oh, sorry for you. And then we flew away to Wisconsin without you.
I know. And then I swore at several airport employees. It was their fucking fault. They would barely do anything about it. So this was at like 5. They put me, the next flight to Wisconsin was at 11. So I it was at like 6. So I sat at the airport for 5 hours, did nothing, took a cranky Patreon video.
And you finally got to the hotel in Wisconsin at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know. And the nice people who put on our event there gave us goodie baskets. So we opened all of our stuff, and then Jen made me a freaking epic scrapbook of me and Bean. And I like fully lost my shit.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. I look at you and you're like, okay, I know you're fucking drained from your day and you just want to lay down and get your bearings, but get ready.
No, I told you, I said, you've had a bad day and I know you've had a bad day and you might not think you need this, but you have to see this first because it's going to show you that people still care about you.
Yeah. And then I opened it and my face exploded. It's the nicest thing I've ever seen. Like, it has the best pictures of us in it. And like they went through like all my old social media and picked ones that I wouldn't even have picked. And there was just all this cute shit in there and like quotes and stickers. And I can't imagine how much time that took. It's like the nicest thing ever. Like if my house ever lights on fire, I'm going to grab that book and run out the door. Like it's perfect.
It's pretty dope.
I know. It was so nice. So yeah, that was the first. And you had pizza in the room because you knew I would be pissed.
I did have pizza and waiting for you.
I know. That was so nice. I was very emotional. It has not gone away yet.
And then we slept in and then we did our event and it was great and everybody loved it and had fun.
We did. We spoke at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and it was their first ever college-sponsored paranormal event.
Yeah, and it was fun.
It was fun. That was special.
Yeah. Dana, who put it together, introduced us dressed up as a witch, and there was a scary girl on stage and men in black and all sorts of stuff going on.
There was a werewolf on stage.
It was pretty crazy. I loved it.
I know. Yeah. And the kids, the students were really nice, and they came up to our table after and had like really like insightful questions. And we went to the bar after. And what did we do? We played lots of pull tabs that day too.
We played lots of pull tabs.
So many pull tabs.
Here we go again. You ready for this conversation?
What?
You have to interrupt me and talk.
I know. I did better this time than I did the first time.
Slightly, yes.
I'm building up to it.
I know. You have to interrupt me. I threw to you like 8 times.
I don't know. It'll get better. It'll get more. Like, I feel like the first time I was like, not a lot. And then this time was like 50% more than the first time. So
you interrupt me all the time on this. Just pretend it's this.
No, I know. Whoa. It's like, and it's funny too, because I'm not nervous. I wasn't nervous then. I wasn't nervous the first time. It's just like, I don't know.
Interrupt.
I don't know. I will.
Yes.
I had fun though. It was fun. I'm proud of us.
I know. And then
I've been thinking that a lot in the last few days.
And then the
I'm
day
proud of
after,
us.
we got a tour of all of that side of Wisconsin, and we went to Bray Road and saw where the Beast of Bray Road was spotted. And we did not see the beast, but we saw a log carved like the Beast of Bray Road with a little raccoon as a friend.
Mm-hmm. We saw a big ass. It was huge too. It was like 8 feet tall. They carved a giant werewolf-y looking guy with chains on it.
Yeah.
And we saw a coyote.
And we saw a coyote on our way to Bray Road. It was kind of cool.
I know.
And then our flight home was perfect.
We went to Morris Pratt's grave.
Oh, we did go to Morris Pratt's grave. Well, we did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he was one of the first spiritualists, right? Earliest spiritualists.
Yeah.
Which, if anybody doesn't know what that means, it's like a psychic or a medium or a.
We saw where the Kennedy sister spent her time.
Yeah, Rosemary Kennedy. We saw where they put her away for like literally the place.
Yeah.
The hospital. Oh, and the church is called St. Coletta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was weird. It was a nice area to not have half your brain left, I guess.
Whatever they did to her.
Whatever they did to her. But yeah, it was fun. What else did we do that day?
Was that the morning?
That Morris Pratt guy. He like made the first spiritualist school too, and it's still open.
Yeah. Yeah, the Morris Pratt Institute is still open. It's in Wisconsin.
Yeah. I thought that was neat.
Hopefully they'll do more events.
Yeah, it sounded like they're going to. Like
Good.
the area is called Second Salem because they were like one of the earliest spiritualists in like witchy communities, and they kind of like buried their history for a long time, and they're like trying to like get back into it. So I guess we were like the kickoff of them trying to get like some in their spookiness, which is like really an honor.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, I forgot a part about the hotel. I woke up in the morning, you were trying to snuggle me in like a psycho. I like woke up, I'm like a baby squirrel, and I wake up and I have like the covers up to my neck, and you're like,
well, you have to remember first of all, I went and got you a gallon of orange juice.
Oh, you did.
Yes, I did. I went and got you a gallon of orange juice, and I got me coffee to make in the room. And then I came back and you were still in a dumpy mood. And so I kept telling you, what's wrong? Do you need snuggle snuggy wuggy uggy buggies?
Oh, God, you're like right in my face doing it.
I'll give you a snuggle wuggle buggle huggle.
Stop it. You don't need to be snuggled. You're killing me. Wait, we also forgot when we were at the bar.
You leave out, you know what you leave out? You leave out how nice I am. You said that there was pizza waiting for you. You said there was pizza waiting for you. You forgot to mention that I made your pull-out bed. I put all of your sheets. I had to go down to the front desk and get pillows and sheets and blankets. I made your whole bed so it would be waiting for you. I went and got you orange juice in the morning. Jesus Christ.
No, it was so nice.
Let's hear some more in praise of John. Not how I was bothering you with snuggle wuggle huggle buggle.
And you brought the Roku. Wait, but it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
And you you took like 8 showers that were each an hour long.
I did. That was the best hotel shower we've ever had ever. It was like a whole room. I'm like, well, gotta take a shower again.
Every time I go, I thought you were going to take a dump and you were just standing in the shower for an hour.
No, I literally brought my phone in the shower because there was a little rail in the shower, and I watched almost the whole fucking YouTube show in the shower, just like I'm just gonna stand in here. It was so good. That was the best shower. But I keep trying to say, when we went to the fucking bar, Jen, who made me the scrapbook, she fucking enlightened us. And I don't know if she made this up, but remember she kept saying side dicked?
Yeah.
She was trying to say, I still don't even know what she was trying to say. What did it mean? Like, I think she was saying like it means like gypped or like cheated. And she was like, I got side dicked. And we're like, what are you talking about?
I don't think so. We agreed that like if you have a boyfriend on the side, like that can be like if you have an extra partner, that's having a side dick.
Yes, but
we agreed on that. We agreed on that. But then at some point, I was in the bar buying shots for everybody. She wanted to pay.
Oh.
I paid, and then we went outside, and she said, Tenny just side dicked me on those drinks.
That's my new favorite term. I feel like it could work in so many ways.
I think it's going to be applied in a lot of ways in my life.
Yes.
When someone does something that's unexpected, or when someone does something that's unintentionally hurts your feelings, or when someone just does something unexpected, they side dicked you. You got side dicked.
Yeah. Or I feel like it's like, yeah, I guess I'll know it when it happens. I love it though. And then like we stopped talking about it and we were like, we both feel like we had it understood. And then she would like bring it up again and we're like, no, we got it.
It was so funny. I loved it.
I was dying. So everybody can adopt the term side dicked. Also, an amazing part that we left out, when Dana, the lady who put on the event, was driving us around, she dropped the amazing fact that she used to date the guy who invented mozzarella sticks.
Oh my God. Very in the fucking lead.
I was like, what a fucking brag. That's like if you go to a party and somebody's like, I'm an astronaut, and you go, I dated the guy who invented mozzarella sticks. I'd be like, you in? Oh my God, I was so happy. It was so random. We're like, here's this horrible place that Rosemary Kennedy stayed at, and here's a cemetery. And then we get this amazing mozzarella stick fact.
So funny.
It really came out of left field.
I loved it.
I loved it.
I think it's crazy that like mozzarella sticks are that new.
Well, yeah, so I Googled it and like there was like an early fucking adaptation from like France from like 1700 or some shit with different cheese. But the one that we have come to understand, and the way she explained it too, was that somebody dipped fucking a whole thing of string cheese in a thing, was a guy from Wisconsin. And his name, wait, I wrote his name down. His name was Frank Baker.
That's a brag.
That is a brag. That's unreal to me. So with like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, whatever the fuck it is, we know the guy that invented mozzarella sticks.
Yep.
Oh, and then she told us that at the library, at the college we spoke at, they have a cursed book that makes people kill themselves, and they had to hide it.
Yeah, we'll have to check into that.
I know. It says, they have an evil book that they had out, and it's driven multiple people to suicide or to be insane, and they had to like lock it up.
I want to see it.
I want to see it too. But Dana said she saw it and she didn't go crazy.
I mean, she might be crazy. We just didn't notice it.
Yeah. And then another thing that happened at the Milwaukee airport, when you go through TSA, there's a little area called the Recombobulation Area. And there's a giant sign that says Recombobulation Area for when you get discombobulated and you put your shoes back on in your bag. And I Googled it. And it's been a Jeopardy question.
The Recombobulation Station is a Jeopardy question?
Yes! Doesn't that make it so much more exciting?
That does make it exciting, yes.
I know.
As we were walking through the airport, after we went through the Recombobulation Station, I did see shirts for sale in the airport that said, I've been recombobulated.
Damn it, we should have got one. Well, we'll go back there.
Yeah.
That was so cute.
And our flight home was fine, and then we got home and crashed.
Did I though? I feel like I was up for one. I don't remember. Well, my shit is still right on the middle of this floor. I haven't unpacked anything.
Of course.
What day is it? Tuesday?
Yes.
It's only been 2 days.
Everything of mine has been, I walked in the house and did exactly what I always do, went right to the laundry room, took everything off, dumped everything in the washing machine, organized everything.
I put away all my toiletries and product and lotion and whatever the fuck. I did not put away one single thread of clothing.
You got like 800 UFC shirts. I
did. I got so many UFC shirts.
You were living a UFC fan's dream.
Bro. I know. Yeah. So I got to go to Dana White's Contender Series, literally fresh off. Oh, and I got to go to that happens at the Apex. And then I got to go to like the offices and I saw all their like Emmys in the lobby. And then we went to the Apex, which like nobody gets to go to. It's like a tiny ring. There was like nobody in the room. And then I went to the presser. It was wild. And then, then when I stayed late and didn't go to LA, I went to Contender Series at the Apex again. So I went Tuesday, I went to fights. Saturday, I went to the fights. And then Tuesday, I went to fights again.
Yeah. And then I was so excited about your UFC trip and the UFC and fighting that on Saturday, when we got home, I watched UFC fighting with you and it was fucking terrible.
You did happen to watch like one of the worst fights ever.
It was fucking terrible.
It always happens that way. It was like, yeah, we literally got home. I was watching the fights on the Uber on the way home from the airport. So we get in here and there was like one fight left. And I'm like, before I drive you home, I have to watch this one fight left. And of course it was a heavyweight fight and it was a fucking the thing is when guys are little and they fight, that's like they just kill each other, right? But when guys are huge, like one punch can knock you out. So a lot of times the huge guys don't do anything, or they're like too timid and they stay away from each other and they don't fucking do anything. So we watched 5 rounds of garbage.
5 rounds of 2 men walking around in a circle.
I know, and then they like congratulated each other after, like, great job. Like, then just didn't have a scratch on them.
Yeah.
Like, we did so good. I know that always happens. It's like, I mean, you don't really like when I show you those brutal knockouts anyway.
No, I'm not a big UFC person in that sense. But I don't want to watch 2 guys walk around for 30 fucking minutes.
I know, especially if they trained all that time. And it's like, why get up big all muscles and, like, they're just going to not use them?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Not impressed.
I know, that was a bum out. There's something out back.
Is there an animal out back?
I just heard crazy scurrying. Can I go see what it is?
Oh my God.
Hang on. Coming. That was a giant raccoon. And I got a video. It was a good friend. It was a giant raccoon. You guys are really missing out if you don't follow our Instagram. I put all my night buddies on. Ew, that sounded bad.
Our Instagram
Not
is
human night buddies. I only put animal night buddies on there.
Start putting your human night buddies on there and watch your fucking Instagram explode.
Not. I will not. Only No, this episode's gonna be called Night Buddies.
Yep, night buddies.
Oh boy. But no, I have skunks that live in my backyard and possums and raccoons now, and put all the videos on Instagram. And our picture from Bray Road is our most like picture we ever had.
It is?
Uh-huh.
That's just because I'm so handsome.
I know. Well, you shaved your beard off, so.
I did. I am so fucking happy that I shaved. You don't even know. I like my beard and I like how I look with my beard, but there is something about waking up in the morning and making my bed and shaving my face that is so comforting and relaxing and part of like my long time magic ritual routine that shaving my face is just so brilliant. I love it.
You can still like shave your neck.
Gross.
No, like when guys have a beard and a whatever, all this, and then you just like go down like here so you don't have a weird neck beard.
I used to know this kid who had like a full on neck beard, but it was just on his like Adam's apple.
Ew.
Like it was just like a soul patch of hair, except it was it was in the middle of his neck.
Maybe you're scared to see over that neck thing.
Who's licking that?
Oh, ew. No one ever wonder who's licking your friend's necks. Gross.
Gross.
Gross. But anyway, speaking of licking necks, you had a little Zoom date tonight, didn't you?
Whatever.
You did it so cute.
Talking to someone on Zoom is just talking to someone on Zoom.
Okay. When's the last time you talked to a girl on Zoom besides me? Never.
That's pretty true, actually.
Yeah.
Never.
Never.
No, I talked to Amy Bruni on Zoom for Haunted Road.
Oh, that's true. Not the same.
And I talked to Bridget Marcourt for Ghost Magnet. So I've talked to lots of girls on Zoom.
Okay, when's the last time you talked to somebody on Zoom for no reason that wasn't for a show?
Never.
Boom, roasted.
There's a big difference between talking to someone on Zoom and going to Vegas and hopping cocks.
It wasn't plural, cocks, first of all. It was one.
Night buddies.
Night buddies. Vegas night buddies.
You got fight buddies and night buddies.
You know what? I have my secrets.
That's fine. I'm glad for you.
I know I had a lot of fun in Vegas. A lot. This isn't about me, Tenny. How long did you talk on Zoom for?
Like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that.
That's cute. That's why you were late. I thought you fell asleep. You're like,
no, I told you I had a Zoom. I told you I had a Zoom at 3 o'clock in the morning, but you weren't paying any attention to me because it's always about you.
Bro, I heard you. I'm pretty sure you told me you were going to do it at like 8.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
I think you did.
Nope. Because this has been scheduled and I knew the time was 10 and I told you it was going to be 10 last night.
I don't think you told me that. Well, maybe you did. Whatever. Yes. I wasn't even mad. I'm just acting mad.
Whatever. You got to call me out on Twitter and make me look like an asshole.
I'm calling you out because that's a brand. We've had this discussion before. I had to make it sound like you fell asleep. You have narcolepsy. You probably did fall asleep today, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I did, actually. I did at 8 o'clock. I fell asleep for an hour.
You see? Ooh, that was funny. I didn't, surprisingly. I could have during that fucking boring ass stupid show, but
I carb crashed. I ate pasta and then I fell asleep for like an hour.
I had veggie pot pie.
I don't think I can eat like really heavy tomato sauces anymore. I think that's why I have a stomachache.
Gives you weird dreams too.
Doesn't? I think the acid messes my stomach up a lot.
Can you take something for that?
Maybe take another thing. Take my dairy thing and my tomato thing. My dad, you know this. My dad all day long would eat nothing but sliced raw tomatoes covered in salt and pepper. That's all he ate ever.
That makes me want to die.
Yeah, crazy.
Raw tomatoes feel like eyeballs. No.
I like cherry tomatoes because you can like pop them. And I know, like pop them in your mouth, eat them.
That was so funny. I tweeted last night, or was it last night or the night before? Was it last night? I don't fucking remember. But that was, from feeding this, what am I saying? From feeding the cats out back, there was a bowl out back and I was going to move it because it was fucking raining. And I put my thumb right on a fucking slug, a real slug. And I tweeted about it. And somebody said, just from listening to the podcast, I can hear in my head what you did when it happened. And I was like, they're like, you knew. But it was like I think they were trying to get off the ground and just like be on the edge of the bowl. And they were like parked like bing, bong, bong, like 3 fucking slugs. And I got it on my finger and then I had to wash my hands 3 times to get the fucking slime off my finger. I could still feel it.
I'll tell you this. I didn't tell you this when you were gone. And one of the times I went and fed the babies when you were gone, I went in your backyard and I was screwing the corn cob into the corn cob holder. And
I'm still baffled by this. You said you made me a corn holder.
I did, but then I didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I had to improvise and I didn't have very much materials with me when I went to the babies. So I just screwed it into your deck.
Yeah, you literally, I thought you were going to put a corn holder on my fence where all my other feeders are.
I had one.
A corn cob into my step.
Yes.
Without asking.
Yeah, whatever.
Who does that?
Me.
You're psycho. I sent a picture to somebody and I'm like, there's a fucking corn drilled into my step.
Anyway, when I did that, I knocked something on your porch and from the roof of the overhang of your porch, when the step bounced, 4 fucking earwigs fell on me.
Ah, no.
They are all in your deck everywhere.
I know they are. That's nightmare fuel, bro.
Like 1 hit my arm and then I looked up and 3 more came down. 2 landed on my head and another one landed on my arm.
I'm going to burn my house down.
I'm glad that they didn't land in my fucking eyes because I was looking up when they fell.
No, Jack, it's been so wet here. Everything's wet. Bug explosion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about UFC again.
Oh, brother.
Oh,
brother. God, okay, I can do what I want. I'll let everybody knows about my gallivanting.
Whatever.
Living my dream life. And I'm going to UFC 268 in Madison Square Garden in a month.
Jesus. When is that?
In a month.
What's the date?
November 6th. You have something.
Yeah, what event of mine are you missing? Is that Mid-Michigan Paracon is on the 7th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you schedule our event at Stash?
She never texted me back.
Okay.
I'll text her again. She was probably at work.
All right.
So.
That's it. That's all I got. It's nice talking to you. I like talking to Josh, but it's fun talking to you.
Oh, get out of town.
Okay, I will.
No, we already did.
You liked the Josh episode? You said you did.
I fucking loved that episode. I tweeted to somebody, I'm like, it's a shame that now my favorite episode of our podcast doesn't even have me on it.
I said I can't wait until you do a podcast where I'm not on it.
I know. I have to go through my candidates of who I want to be on with me.
Yeah, and then I can take a vacation.
Vacation for my problems.
Maybe I can go to UFC or something.
You don't want to go there.
No, I don't.
It's not a place. It's a fucking vibe. What was I gonna say? No, but it was so good. You guys are so fun. It just made me want to drink. And it made me feel like what people say about our podcast. How they're like, we answer you guys out loud, blah, blah, blah. And I was like fucking doing it to you guys.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. Very insightful, very motivational. I was telling you that, like, I'll have to listen to it, like, when I'm being a slug and not being productive. Like, it made me want to. Josh is, like, very much a, like, I'm going to do this, that, and this, and that, this, and that. And that always, like, gets me pumped to hear people, like.
It's infectious. It's infectious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And also when you know the person saying it isn't full of shit. Like, what he says he's going to do and what me and you say we're going to do also.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, yeah, it's like fun to have that energy and like know other people like that.
Yeah. And then we have to start putting, next episode, we have to do more burbs, I think.
Oh, we have to do more burbs soon. Yeah. Fairy Godmother wants a burb.
More Patreon burbs.
Yeah, we need more. Dude, we probably got more Patreon since then.
There were pates in Wisconsin.
There were some pates in Wisconsin. We got a picture with some. I didn't even post that picture yet. What was I going to say? And I still have to post my video from Las Vegas is going to go on the Patreon. And my video from Wisconsin as 2 different videos. Maybe I could probably make the Vegas one tonight or tomorrow, but it'll be up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched some of it back. It's good. There is a whole lot. Okay. When we were in Vegas, I hung out with my friend Drake. We went on the Ferris wheel. He's one of the MMA reporters. And then after, like, okay, our agreement was to walk fucking 3 miles down the strip, go on the Ferris wheel, and take an Uber back. Did we take an Uber back? No. So on the fucking second day of my trip, in the worst shoes, I walked 6 fucking miles. And then for the rest of my trip, I was like paralyzed. My feet were fucked. My legs were fucked. It was such a bad decision. But anyway, so on the way back, walking from the Ferris wheel, there's a bunch of videos that I don't even fucking remember making.
Those are the best ones.
I know. There was a one with a fountain with some horses in it and shit. And you should hear my voice. People are going to hear it. I do not sound sober.
I cannot wait because those are my favorite ones.
I know, man. What's wrong with me? It's because I don't eat. I don't eat and then I start drinking and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah.
You got to have some potatoes.
I have some motherfucking potatoes. Okay, I do it after and then I fall asleep, but that doesn't help my drunk.
No, you got to eat some potatoes before you put that liquor in your belly.
No. I try and look skinny before I go out and then I drink and then I'm just like, woo.
I know, but you need like one. You got to eat fries or something. Get some carbs in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Drinking right now. I'm drinking go-go juice.
All right, whatever. Go drink your go-go juice. I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, say bye.
You say bye.
I'm going to. I'm going to actually have a normal ending for this episode. I'm not going to draw it out.
I don't believe you.
It's true. Bye.